Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of the Stack Sats Show. Your beginner-friendly guide to saving in Bitcoin, fighting through this cold. Because we need to stack. It's Tuesday, it's Stacko Tuesday, it's the beginning of Uptober. But it looks like Uptober is taking like a running head start, it's taking a running head start back before it like runs down the ramp and goes up the wall. What's up, Paul? Good to see you in here. Round of applause from the live studio audience for Paul. I have my little water container today in my tissue box so we can make the show happen. Hope everybody's doing good. Hope everybody's doing better than me, actually. All right. Let's kick the show off, as we like to do here, with a little... set strength. Today, the price of Bitcoin is $61,053.03. It's a lot less than yesterday, but it's okay. We're going to continue to stack, and maybe it'll be below our average stack price for 2024. And we'll be able to do a double stack today. What up? What up, Leonard? Good to see you in here. Round of applause from the live studio audience for Leonard. Hard Hodl in the house, and also Carlos Aramillo, DCA to BTC, Satwise, Janks in the house. Man, got a full house today. Thanks for tuning in, guys. That is the price of Bitcoin. You can buy 1,638 Satoshis for a single dollar. What is a Satoshi? You might be asking yourself if you're new to this whole game. A Satoshi is a fraction of a Bitcoin. Just like a dollar is made up of 100 cents, a Bitcoin is made up of 100 million Satoshis. So when you see the price tag of $60,000 for a Bitcoin, you don't have to get scared. You don't have to be intimidated. You can buy fractions of that Bitcoin and work your way up to a Bitcoin, and the value that you set aside in these fractions of a Bitcoin, it still counts as Bitcoin. It still gets the benefits of Bitcoin. It still grows in purchasing power. Okay, so say you're walking down the street minding your own business, you look down, you see a penny, you pick it up, and all the day that penny could buy you 16 Satoshis today for a single penny. What a deal. What a deal. Today's show is going to be a little bit shorter than usual, guys. I don't know how long my voice will hold for. I haven't been doing anything stressful on my voice so that I can speak today. But I can feel it getting worn out as I speak here. Yes. So let's finish up this segment. Kill the music here. And let's talk about, I guess, the next segment of the show, which is... why we stack, especially today on Stacko Tuesday. Who's having tacos today? Let me know. I'm probably gonna have tacos today. This sounds actually really good. Tacos and stacking every Tuesday. Today's the first day of October. Legend has it that October is always green when we close on a September that's green. We just closed on a September that's green, so it's a good sign. Another stat that's important is that October, the month of October, closes green on an election year. And guess what? It's an election year. So we have two things going for us. We have the election year and September closed green. So if the pattern holds true, we'll be green for October and continue to go up in November and continue to go up in December. Right? I know right now it's difficult. There's a lot of things happening. There's all this uncertainty, right? The war, the strikes, right? We say missile strikes and labor strikes. It's two kinds of strikes, right? Labor strikes and missile strikes. And companies laying off a bunch of people. And it's just crazy. A lot of stuff happening. So it does make you feel uncertain. It does make you think, well, should I just be in cash instead of holding Bitcoin? Should I just hold Bitcoin instead? Well, no, it's like the holding cash right now is the worst thing you could do. Because with all of this uncertainty, with all this craziness, the government has got one one thing they like to do whenever there's whenever there's any kind of trouble, and it doesn't matter who's in office. Okay, they all do it. They're gonna either give money to the people. They're either gonna give money to corporations, or they're gonna give money to other ways of distributing money, right? But the point is, they're gonna run the money printers in either case. If it's the Republicans or the Democrats, they're both gonna run the money printer. And right now, any value that you have saved in dollars is going to get debased by whoever gets into office. Doesn't matter who gets into office. I know we all like to choose sides and argue about who's a better candidate or not. But in the end, it doesn't matter. Okay, in the end, they're both, it's like two heads of the same snake. Okay, it's like the puppet masters letting you feel like you have a little bit of control. Okay, it's a puppet masters having you have a little bit of what is it called? Consistency bias, right? You choose your guy or gal, and you root for those politicians, and you root for them publicly on chats or on streams or at your family get-togethers. And what that does, it reinforces your commitment to those candidates, regardless of what they actually do, and even if they represent or don't represent your values as an individual, right? Because you already committed to those politicians publicly and in front of your friends and family. You feel like you have to continue to support them, even though they've done things that maybe are against your morals or whatever, right? But you're already down the slope. It's a slippery slope, right? So instead of doing all that, right? If you've already chose a candidate, all that's fine. Do what you need to do. Support your guy or gal. But in the long run, it doesn't really matter, because all that does is it makes you argue with your neighbors. It makes you maybe not approachable to half or whatever, however much you feel like, however many people you feel have the opposing view of you, right? And in the end, you're losing contact with the people that are on the opposite side of the aisle or whatever argument. People don't necessarily know anymore how to argue their points and continue to be friends. That's kind of the issue here, right? But anyway, the whole point of that is it's all a distraction. It's like a game. Like, remember in the Roman Colosseums, they say, okay, yeah, let's have the games where the gladiators would fight and kill each other and fight lions and fight giraffes and a bunch of random stuff, right? That was there to keep the population under control, to keep them distracted from what was going on, to keep them distracted from like the money clipping, right? From the coin clipping, from the debasement of their money. And that is exactly what politics are for us today. They're the Roman games. They are the distraction that keeps you busy fighting each other, while you should be concerned of like inflation and the theft that they're doing, right? But if you're too busy fighting with each other, saying like this guy's gonna fix it, or that guy's gonna fix it, they're gonna do the same thing, right? They're gonna do the same stuff, and in the end, you still lose, right? So a lot of you guys in here already know that. You guys are already in Bitcoin. That's the best thing you can do, right? Even taking the effort to argue over something like that, to me, seems like a waste of time and effort that could be used in a different way to generate more fiat and be able to stack harder, guys, right? Even those little things now, I used to love to partake in those kind of little arguments and just like talk poop. But now I'm thinking to myself, it's kind of a waste of time, right? In the end, it doesn't really matter. And I'm not going to change anybody's mind. Nobody's going to change my mind. What should I be doing with that time instead? I should be figuring out ways to stack harder, right? I should be figuring out ways to make the show better. I should be figuring out ways to go finish editing my motorcycle vlog videos, right? I should be figuring out ways to maybe do some more sound stuff for the show, like sound effects or better thumbnails or better titles, right? Figure out a way to grow this channel so we continue to expand to show the Bitcoin news, right? To show the Bitcoin idea, right? So anyway, I know I'm rambling a little bit here. It was just, yeah. Anyway, we'll leave it at we'll leave it at that. Okay. But anyway, why we stack? We stack because when we stack, it gives us an opportunity to vote each day. We vote here 5 days a week on the show, right? We vote to take our value that they're stealing from us out of their grasp, out of their reach, by putting it into Bitcoin instead. And by doing so, we build up our purchasing power and our influence over society. Jake Thomas in the house. All y'all disappointed me. All you disappointed on the BTC price. Nah, I'm not disappointed at all. It was 27K today last year. Exactly. How can you be disappointed about that, Jake? Right? I get it. I see what you're saying right there. If anybody's disappointed about the 61K right now, Jake just give us a good little fun fact there. Put things right back into perspective. Right? 27K today last year. That's pretty damn awesome, guys. Right? That's pretty damn awesome. That's wild. That's over 100%, right? In a year? How can you argue with that? Right? It's super, super good. I missed 20K, says McLovin. Yeah, so today the first day of Uptober is Downtober, but we're not gonna let that opportunity pass us by, because I understand that even though the world has a bunch of uncertainty, I am certain that you cannot create more Bitcoin. I am certain that no matter what the situation is out there, the government's going to print more money and continue to debase the money. So with that simple truth, everything else kind of just falls in place. Like, yeah, all that stuff is happening. There's really nothing I can really do. The only thing I can do is continue to do what I've been doing, taking the value out of their reach and saving it for myself and for my descendants down the road, for my future generations, for my bloodline, right? So that's what we're gonna do today. Same thing we did yesterday, and the day before that, and the day before that. Stack sats, Monday through Friday, for the future, for the future, or for the kids, as Greg Voss says, for the kids. All right, $2,000 for a tenth of a Bitcoin. That was so beautiful. Yeah, right. That is crazy. That is pretty crazy. That is pretty wild. What was a sats per dollar? Like 4,000 sats per dollar, something like that, maybe? Yeah, that's crazy. Probably even more than that. 5,000 sats per dollar. That's wild. Okay. Let's get into the next topic of the show, and that is the Stack Recap. The Stack Recap is where we go over the holdings for the show, because we don't only talk about stacking sats here Monday through Friday. We actually do it. We started with $5, then $10, then $20, and in 2024 we started stacking $20 a day. Here it is, the stats for 2024. In 2024, we've set aside $6,005 to save in Bitcoin. I'm sorry, and that is currently up about 9% in this year. For the lifespan of the show, we've set aside about $9,500, and that's currently worth about $13,229, about 40%. The current holdings for the whole lifespan of the show, including all of our side adventures, including the 100 days of stacking Bitcoin and Operation Flipping Sats, we've accumulated through those different ways and through DCAs here daily, 0.30001513 Bitcoin. Okay, super stoked. So we're getting close. One day we'll be at half a Bitcoin, and then that's wild. We're closer to half a Bitcoin than we are to 0.1 Bitcoin, I guess. Yeah, we're closer to half a Bitcoin than we were before. It's wild. 0.25 Bitcoin would be half, right? Yep. So we're closer to half a Bitcoin than we are. I really think 0.1 BTC will become a popular goal for very soon for many people. It makes sense, McLovin. The latest people I've orange pilled, I'm trying to get them on that wavelength, on getting to at least 0.1 Bitcoin. Like when somebody asks me, like, "Oh, dude, I want to get some Bitcoin, but I'm not gonna do it for myself. I just want to do it for my kids," right? I'll say, "Look, dude, if you get each one of your kids 0.1 Bitcoin, they'll be set. Get 0.1 Bitcoin for each one of your kids. Once you get to that goal, yeah, you can move on and do more, but try to get at least 0.1 Bitcoin. And you have all your different plans, and you're gonna do like a college fund and all this other stuff. But look, the best thing you could do is put it into Bitcoin. Get to 0.1 Bitcoin for each one of your kids before you do all this other random stuff with like a college fund and all this other stuff. And what's gonna happen is you're gonna see that value, that 0.1 Bitcoin explode, and you're gonna come back and tell yourself, God dang, I should have gotten more Bitcoin for my kids when I was that cheap, right? That's pretty much the problem I hear, the regret I hear the most at this point when people that got into Bitcoin and weighted in, right? Like put a tippy toe in or put 1% or 2% in, is like the same thing McLovin was talking about, right? You wish you could have gotten more at $20,000 Bitcoin, right? I wish I could have had more at $25,000 Bitcoin when we started the show. $27,000 Bitcoin. We're buying $5 at a time, dude. Like, right? You look back and you're like, you dummy. Look how dumb I was. All right, Leonard, no worries. Thanks for tuning in. Look how dumb I was. I was buying $5 worth of Bitcoin when it was $27,000, dude. Right? And then we're gonna look back to days like today when it's $60,000, and we're gonna be like, oh my gosh, you were only buying $20 worth of Bitcoin that day. Right? You had a few times where you were a genius and you spent $1,300 on those a couple of buys, but for the most part, not stacking enough. Carlos says 58K has our back. No worries. Yeah, right. That's true. That's true. 1/10 of a big 6-figure BTC price is a significant amount of money for most people. It is. It's a lot. Okay, so we know how much Bitcoin we have now. We know how much Bitcoin we're going to buy. The price of Bitcoin is above our average buy price today of $60,058.6. So today we're going to buy $20 worth of Bitcoin on the first day of Uptober. Let's get this purchase going. Now that we know how much Bitcoin we're going to buy, there's only one thing left to do. It's time to stack some. It's time to stack some sats. All right, I'm going to go here. I'm going to open up this app. Strike app. Boom. I'm going to go to, Strike. I'm going to hit buy. $20 worth of Bitcoin right now on the show. Cut the music. Hit the drum roll. Next. Oops. There it is. Buying $20 worth of Bitcoin today on the Stack Stats show for October 1st. 2024, we just added an additional 32,502 Satoshis to the channel. Let's put that in the spreadsheet. Our future selves are going to get shoulder injuries from patting ourselves on the back. Let's go. $7 is a day's wage in some kind. That's true. Hard huddles, like straight up facts right there. That is very true. How much of 7 can you live off of, and then save into Bitcoin too? That's rough right there. That is some rough numbers right there. It's true. Hard huddle. It's hard. We are truly fortunate to live in this country, right? We're truly fortunate. We hit the lotto, guys. Everybody that lives in America hit the lotto and doesn't even know it. Sitting there arguing about politics when they should be stacking sats like a maniac. All right, we got today's purchase at $60,950.10. We bought $20 worth. 0.00032,502. What? It already went up? No. 32502. Yep. 60,950.10. Yep. Oh, that's weird. No. Is that right? $32502. 32502. Yeah. $60,950.10. Yeah. Oh, interesting. I don't know. That's throwing me off. Doesn't make sense. How can it already be up? I don't know. I'll have to check my I'll have to check my calendar. Maybe it's messed up. No, looks right. All right, we're going with it. Adding the data to the whole spreadsheet. There it is. And so the stacking continues. Let's check the whole stack for the show. Today's new amount is 0.3003415 Bitcoin for the whole lifespan of the show. Dang. Slow and steady. Stacking sats. Oh, tomorrow the shirt's supposed to come in, guys. Tomorrow I'll be receiving the shirt so I can show you guys what it looks like in person. This one. There you go. I got it in the gray. Here. I got it in the gray. DCA BTC, baby. I also want to do a Metallica version of this shirt. So I make like a beat, like I'll say Bitcoin, but I'll have like the Metallica thing on it where it's got the lightning across the, like the M's got a lightning bolt coming off of it, and the N is gonna have a lightning bolt coming off of it. So we do like Metallica style Bitcoin, right? I have this regular one I use all the time, but like the Metallica version would be cool. Then I also want to do some designs like a Budweiser design, but it says Bitcoin instead of Budweiser, but it'll be the same font. Same thing with Coca-Cola, right? So to make Bitcoin, I'll take those popular brands and popular products. Like I see like the NASA shirt. The NASA shirt would be cool if it said Bitcoin instead of NASA. And he had like, I don't know. Anyway. I just mean you're probably saving more in BTC than half the entire world. That is a scary proposition, Hard Hodl. Okay, I think when we get to the end of this StackSat show lifespan, I'm gonna have to do a live stream from my kayak or from a boat and lose my Bitcoin, you know, for the sake of security. The final episode will be me. The final episode will be a live stream from my kayak or from a boat where I accidentally fall in. Yeah, McLevin, that is a good point. We're so early we don't fully realize it. I have to constantly happened to me this week again, where I feel like I'm already bullish as heck, you know? I feel like I'm super bullish. I feel like I'm stacking every day. Not just here on the show, but just personally. I feel like I'm already doing a lot of the stuff that I can do to like get extra sats. And then Michael Saylor comes in with a monster buy. You know? He's like, dang it. Or like you think you're super bullish already, and then I watch like different Bitcoin creators, or just like I've been getting a lot into like real estate and how it works, and like there's so much weirdness in there, right? And those markets, and then just like how a lot of those other, I guess, investment assets, they're flawed. They're flawed, and the people that are into those assets, I feel like they can tell they're flawed, but they don't know any better yet, right? They don't know any better yet, and you watch them kind of like beat around the bush, and they're trying to figure out the solution, and you're like, it's Bitcoin, man, it's Bitcoin, you know? And you're like, you're crazy, what are you talking about? No, it's a scam, right? And I'm like, all right, whatever, I'll try to tell you. Go ahead and continue to run around the bush and or chase your tail, trying to figure out why you can't keep why you're barely beating inflation with your investments, you know? um, you look at the performance of the portfolio of this show. Let's call it a portfolio for the show, right? The portfolio for this show, we haven't even like really gone crazy. It hasn't even pumped, right? But the portfolio for the show has already performed better than most institutions with millions of dollars worth of like technology and resources and experts. Okay, experts. Okay, that went to like really expensive schools and got all kinds of education and learned about all the models and learned about all of the stuff that how the financial markets work and all that everything, right? But they don't know jack about Bitcoin, right? And here we are. Like the numbers are right there. They're easy to see, plain, simple. Saving Bitcoin, right? We have 40%. We got 40% gains on our portfolio since we started about a year and 6 months ago. Okay, it's wild. It's wild. It's wild. Like and what did I have to do that? And nothing really. Just buy it and hold it, right? Just buy it and take custody of it. That's all I had to do. I made it a little bit more complicated for myself by including the show piece, right? So other people can see that if I can do it while I'm conducting a live stream, you can do it easy peasy. It'll take you 5 minutes a day to DCA. If you want to do it manually, if you want to just do it and schedule it on your app, you can do it through Swan. You can do it through Strike, and I'm sure a bunch of other ones have it where you can automatically just buy at whatever frequency you choose, and it's even easier. It's like set it and forget it. I think Hard Hollow talked about a card that lets you round up. So if you spend $1.50, it'll take the 50 cents to get to $2 and just invest that into Satoshis. It's pretty cool. But little things like that, right? People are out here trying to get second jobs and an Uber on the side to be able to maintain their current lifestyle, right? And all we're doing is buying Bitcoin and holding it, and our purchasing power is going up against dollar, right? And I don't know, it's just crazy to think about. Anyway, we got to keep doing the show because I know that we don't get new people in here all the time. But when we do get a new person, I want to be able to show them what we've been up to, right? To show them the proof of stack, proof of DCA, right? And man, imagine what it's going to be like in 4 years and 3 more years and 3 more years, that when we've gone through a full cycle here on the show, right? The show officially is on its first cycle, right? And I don't think anybody's done a show like this yet, where they're actually showing the buys every day. So hopefully this becomes like a good little piece of Bitcoin history down the road, and people start to see and understand that it's not unique to this time and place. It's not unique to us. We're gonna have a lot more Satoshis per dollar than the people in the future. But just like we started after the guys that were getting $10 Bitcoin and $1,000 Bitcoin, just like we started way after them, right? The people that are striving to get to 0.1 Bitcoin in the future, they're gonna do just as fine. They're gonna do just as fine, right? Oh my God, Jake, you're hilarious. You're hilarious. Champagne lifestyle on a beer budget, no bueno for us Stackopaths. That's right. That's right. You gotta save that. You gotta stop drinking beers and save that into Satoshis. Is Roman super emotional today? That's why he's sniffing. No, I have a cold. I caught it. I think on Sunday night. Sunday night I started to feel it, and yesterday my nose started watering in the middle of the show. But you know what they say, McLovin? The show must go on. We must continue to stack every day. Okay, so that is what I got for you guys today. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode of the Stack Stats Show. Let's wrap this baby up so I can go hit the NyQuil and pass out. Don't call me. Don't text me. I won't be able to respond. I'll be on the quill all night. Bringing the darkness. Anyway, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Hope you guys have a great rest of the day. Thanks again for tuning in. I'll see you guys tomorrow for episode 302 of the Stack Stats Show. But until then, remember, if you ain't stacking the dip, you're slacking. Later, guys.